Ladies and gentlemen, if you were not Earl Hebner, Justin Roberts, or the female referee, DJ did not notice you in this show at all. But it's the talk of the town, it's the talk of the world. People are still talking about it. AEW's Double or Nothing. We figured we'd get our review out as soon as we could, so we're doing it now. I guess we'll go over overall thoughts on the show. There's so much going on the internet right now, on social media. Everyone talking about it. Either it was the greatest thing ever for pro wrestling, or it was crap, or whatever side you're on, or if you're in the middle. Um, do I think it was revolutionary and going to change the business? Not really. Yes, it was a big show for them, but
It was the big show. Oh, sorry, my bad.
but Ring of Honor has done big shows like this too. It's not, yes, it was a big show outside of WWE that wasn't WWE,
Big show.
but it was a large show outside of WWE that wasn't WWE. But like I said, Ring of Honor, New Japan, they've all done large shows outside of the.
Yes, the big show.
So to that, no, I wouldn't say it's anything too groundbreaking. Was it a really good show, and was it a good alternative to WWE? Yes, I think it was great. I thought that they started a lot of good storylines. They built up for their next show, which I thought was great. You got to see a lot of guys that would never really have the opportunities in WWE in AEW now. So that was really cool. DJ, overall thoughts on the show?
Um, to me, I thought it was good. It was a good show. Overall. Um, my biggest thing is I almost felt like, and maybe it's just my first experience with AEW. It felt like UFC to me, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of times with UFC where I watch, but I really only care about the big matches. I really only care about the bigger names, and that's how I kind of felt in this. I was really excited for Cody versus Dustin. Plus, I came into this watching a little bit late, so the matches that you heard about were the big name matches at the end of the day. Like, let's be honest. If you were hearing about a match from this show, it was Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. It was Dustin versus Cody Rhodes. It was the
Sammy
Young Bucks.
Guevara versus Chip Sabian.
What was that?
It was Sammy Guevara versus Chip Sabian.
It wasn't. But nonetheless, not and that's not me trying to take any credit away from those guys. It's just I was more excited to see some of these bigger name matches for me. Don't get me wrong. I thought the other matches were pretty good, except for like the first three. I thought they were absolute crap, and there was one that I completely skipped because I didn't care about. But other than that, the the show was good. I enjoyed it, and the battle royal may have been one of the most entertaining battle royals I've had in a while.
Oh, typical wrestling mark. Um, and
Typical wrestling reviewer giving his opinion. That's all. Typical wrestling reviewer giving his opinion. And as most people know, my opinion is not always the popular one. I ain't gonna just go with the mold because it's the easy choice. Screw you. If I didn't like the show, I didn't like the show. And not that I didn't like the show. That's the funny part. I'm not even saying I didn't like the show. But Casey's like, oh yeah, like every match is AEW. And they got shirts out and they got pay-per-views and they got a deal with TNT. I like their shows. No. No. I don't have to like every match. I don't.
what the hell is that?
That was your impersonation. Usually you're from the South but that was like the baby version. Like the baby filter is all the rage now. So I was just trying to make my own little baby filter. My own little baby filter. So.
Anyway, let's jump into the show. Because that got weird. So, start off with the pre-show. That I actually liked because it wasn't all like. It wasn't the typical pre-show where you have like 2 matches that last 3 minutes, and the rest of them is just them talking about all the matches that are gonna be in the pay-per-view that we've already seen the same video packages for months like WWE does. I think that's the main reason I don't really watch their WWE pre-shows because it's gonna be. I know there's gonna be 2 matches that should be on the main show that are only gonna get 3 to 5 minutes, and the rest of it is just gonna be talking about the show and video package that we've already seen up to that show for months or for weeks or whatever. So that's the only reason I really don't like the WWE ones. I know DJ loves them, so that's kind of where we're opposite. He didn't really like this one, and I don't know. But we had the Casino Battle Royal. The winner would receive a future AEW Championship match against the winner of the main event. So that was kind of cool. Um, I really like this battle royal. It was different. Normal battle royals, you either all start in at the same time, or the entrants come in one at a time. Whereas this one, they were split up into groups, and each group was a suit in a deck of cards. So you had diamonds, you had clubs, you had spades, you had hearts, and each whichever was drawn first, that group would come out first and start the match. So that was kind of cool. That was a different way of doing a battle royal. And then the last person was the Joker, who ended up being that stupid Adam Page. I hate that man. Hate that man. Um, but no, I really this like DJ said, this was a really entertaining match. A lot of guys that either maybe haven't ever seen before. A lot of guys that some legends in there like Tommy Dreamer. Um, a lot of guys that deserve that opportunity. So that was kind of cool. Any thoughts on the battle royal, DJ, that you literally just watched?
Yeah, I'm weird. I watch the pre-shows after I watch the main shows. After I know the results, I go and I watch them. It's kind of a weird thing that I do, but I do it anyway. So, shush. But anyway, it's good. It was entertaining. I like that it was entertaining. I like that it kind of, and it was cool that it was kind of the first one because I think that almost made it like it was all surprises to a certain degree because you never know who's going to be in it. I know that they revealed some of the guys that were going to be in it, but that was not something that I looked at before I watched the show, so I wouldn't have known. And I think that kind of benefited me a little bit more because I was just like, "Oh, cool, okay, cool. Hey, it's Billy Gunn. Hey, it's Adam Page. Hangman Page. Hey, it's Michael Morgan Freeman. Hey, I can't remember, but I know his name is Friedman. So
Look, Jake, this man.
that guy. I like him though. He's a good. He's a good guy. I'll eventually learn his name. I was like, hey, it's Sonny Kiss or Orlando Jordan from TNA, whatever one you want to go. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, good battle royal. I enjoyed it. It was cool. There was something on the line. That was fun. The final four was really cool. It was kind of, and it was one of those where a lot of times I think in battle royals nowadays who's gonna win, and I think in this one it was kind of up in the air to a certain degree. I felt like. Then again, I don't really. I'm not a spoiler person. I'm not a read in between every line person with AEW right now. So I honestly think me being a little bit naive about AEW. Not that I don't like AEW. I'm just not as hype as everybody else is about AEW. I think it helps me when I'm watching these shows because I don't overreact or overcompensate for anything. I just kind of just watch the show, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I know, Casey.
That's DJ's way of saying if I didn't say anything, he wouldn't have watched the show.
That's not
That is
necessarily true.
totally true. Anyway, second match on the pre-show, we had Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara. I was excited for this match. I love Sammy Guevara. If you've seen him, he's very talented, great wrestler. and Kip Sabian, who is a guy that I had never heard of before,
Is he
and a
related to
lot of
Fabian Eichner at all? Feel like
not even the same name. We've been over
oh,
this.
I thought it was Kip
It's
Fabian.
Sabian, not
Oh,
this man. But somebody that I've never heard of, a lot of guys that I talk to that I'm friends with had never heard of him. So that's always a good thing. When somebody comes in new that you've never heard of and impresses you, that's a good thing. And that is definitely what Kip Sabian did. I will definitely watch future AEW shows for him, not just for him, but for everybody else. But definitely to see more of him. Um, yeah, definitely a really good match. He did get the win. I was surprised he got the win. I was thinking they would have Sammy Guevara go over just because Sammy's a little bit more well known. But I think we're conditioned for that. So maybe they tried to flip it on us and to put a younger or less experienced guy over, or not necessarily less experienced, but less known person over, which is actually a really, really smart decision on AEW's part. Because you could have had Sammy Guevara win easily, but then are you really going to remember Kip Sabian? Whether he was really good in the match or not, if he lost, you wouldn't have remembered him as much. But the fact that he won, I think, is definitely a good thing. Hopefully, they push him really well. DJ,
yeah, I thought this was good too. I expected a lot of good lucha things. I think we got one or two good lucha things in this match. I like the guy with the panda on his head. That was cool. I think when I make my debut, I'm gonna wear like a cheetah on my head or something. Because I'm fast. Like a cheetah. Anyway, good match. I enjoyed it. Definitely one of those pre-show matches that you're like, why was this on the main card? Oh yeah, because you don't have enough room to put it on the main. I get it now. And I think you know that's I think that's kind of the cool thing about the pre-show for Double or Nothing. I think it was called Buy-In, right?
yeah,
So it was kind of cool that you almost came into it with an open mind because I don't know if did they have a pre-show for All In?
I don't remember if they did.
I don't either, but I think with it only being their second show, you can kind of come into it with a little bit more of an open mind, just because it's like, we're so used to a pre-show being a certain way, and when it kind of changes and there are some entertaining matches and entertaining things on it, it definitely helps, and I think I'm excited to see more of these two as well. I don't know if I don't know if this will turn into a feud or if it was just kind of a one-off type thing to kind of showcase both of them, but it'll definitely be cool to see what they do with them.
Yeah. Two things that I did forget to go over before the show and pre-show. Um, there were in the beginning and a little bit throughout the show, there were a few little production hiccups here and there. But again, this is their second show. Um, uh, you're gonna have that, but there were a few, hiccups here and there. Nothing huge. And also, Ty Dillinger still sucks, so I just had to get that out of there. He's still y'all can change his name. Y'all can give him a different name or his real name. I don't know if it's actually his real name. I haven't looked up because he sucks. But he's still terrible. He really is. He still does that stupid thing. Anyway, moving on. We had now to the main card. Uh, we had SoCal Uncensored versus the Strong Hearts. The Japanese contingent from the Chinese company. That confused me. I was like, I get that they're more experienced than the guys in what is the company? OWE, I think. But why wouldn't you actually have guys from OWE, actually Chinese guys from a Chinese that was just weird to me. But still a really good match. A lot of these guys are very, really experienced. Had a lot, have a lot of experience under their belts. Um, some of them you probably haven't seen as much. More of the Japanese guys. Obviously, everybody knows Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. Uh, but I thought this was just a really good six-man tag. And I don't always enjoy six-man tags because there's just a lot going on and it's hard to keep up. But I think they pulled this one off really good. DJ?
Yeah, I think so too. It was it was cool to see Christopher Daniels and Frank Kazarian again. I thought that was cool, and I love Scorpio Sky too. Definitely, it was a good match. I think it almost had a little bit of a slow start. I think, and maybe that was my issue with some of these earlier matches. Was the ones I didn't particularly like was the slower starts, but like once they got going, I enjoyed them a little bit more. So good match. I'll you almost wonder about the 6 man thing, especially just to in one of your initial shows because it could always bring Reign to a 6 man tag title or something like that. So I think you always wonder about that. So
Yeah. Then we had Britt Baker, DMD, versus Nyla Rose versus Smiley Kylie Ray. One of my favorites. I love her. Oh, she's so smiley and happy, and I loved it. I loved it. It started off as a triple threat. Out, all of a sudden, out comes Brandy Rhodes in her gear. So we assumed that she was going to put herself in the match, but that was not to be. But there was a fourth entrant in this match, making it a fatal four-way. And it was the returning Awesome Kong. I was definitely excited for that. I popped a little bit. Um, I thought the match was okay. Wasn't anything great, I didn't think. But it was decent for what it was. I don't know how much these four have worked together or have experience with each other, but for what it was, I thought it was really good. Definitely a good return for Awesome Kong. Um, DJ,
yeah, actually, I said I didn't enjoy the first 3 matches. I did enjoy this match.
this man,
I'm sorry. I meant the the first one, the third one, and the fourth one. There you go.
I hate this
Better,
man so
better.
much.
Anyway, um, this was a good match. I was excited about Britt Baker. I like the Doctor Britt Baker thing. I think that's cool. I've heard of her and I've seen her sparingly. Um, I like Nyla Rose a lot. I know a lot of times we're really weird about bigger women in wrestling and the monster women or whatever. But I like it, and I like having Awesome Kong in this too because that kind of they play off of each other. I like Smiley Kylie. Anyway, I like Smiley Kylie. I like it a lot. A lot of people are like, "Oh, she's a Bailey knockoff." Shut up! Like, stop it. Jeez. God, people kill me, man. Especially wrestling fans. Like they like any complaint they can make in this for this show, they would do it. I feel like AEW kind of understands how teenagers, but like any complaint, like it was like, oh, the turn looks terrible, or it was like, oh, Kylie Ray is just like Bailey, and it was one that really got me. They were like, well, all AEW is this ex WWE guy going up against this ex. I'm like, everybody's an ex something guy. Like everybody started somewhere, dummies. Like that's how that works. Like once again, in wrestling, if you sign the best talent in the world, all of a sudden you're a dumb company for that. No, no, no one says that Skip Bayless is an ex ESPN guy because he's on Fox Sports One now. Nobody cares. He's still on TV. It doesn't matter. People just frustrate me. They try to take away from things that don't make sense. Stupid. Anyway, good match though. I enjoyed it. I'm excited for the women's division here. I probably like it more than I like Ring of Honor's women's division because I hate Ring of Honor's women's division. Sorry, Ring of Honor. Love you, mean it. But anyway, still good. I like it. I feel like Britt Baker is going to be like their first champion or something. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because she the DMD though. You know the doctor of thug. I mean the DM. She gonna It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna, or it might be Nyla Rose, but they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it like that. They ain't gonna do it like
That reminds me. I gotta get something off my chest.
that. Oh God.
Drew Brees is just an ex-Charger guy. That's all he is.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. I mean, Eli Manning's just an ex-Charger, bro. Like,
Everybody's just an ex-Charger. That's what it is. Anyway, moving on. I love this match, and I have no idea how DJ did not like this match. What is wrong with you? We had the best friends.
I'm
Trent
still
Beretta.
here. I promise. I'm still here. Keep going.
He not. Oh, he trying to mute himself.
I'm
So
literally still here. I have to go pee. I'm gonna be listening from a distance. I didn't want to tell everybody that I had to go pee, but since you need to know, yeah.
It's okay. We can wait.
Burb.
We can wait. We just gonna have a brief commercial break while DJ goes and relieves himself in the restroom. Because he, we gonna talk about this match. We gonna talk about his match, and he gonna get out of it. We gonna talk about this match. I don't care what he has to say because this was a great match. This was a really good match, and I don't understand how he didn't like this match. I think he broken. I really do. I think he broken. Broken all up in the head. You heard it. You heard it right there. Hope
Ow.
fleshy. Okay, you back?
I'm back.
All right. Well, we gonna see.
Meant to mute my mic, but
All right. We had best friends Chucky T and Trent Beretta versus Angelico and Jack Evans. Bruh, you loved them in Lucha Underground, and they got the same gimmick now. Ain't nothing changed. What is wrong with you?
no, I don't know. This was another one of those matches where I liked it once it got to going. Like once it got to going, I was like, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It just started so slow. I do like the hugging thing because I enjoy a hug every once in a while.
I
So,
do too. I enjoyed the hugs.
so
I do. I enjoyed the hugs.
I like the best friends gimmick. I do enjoy that. It's kind of funny. And I like Trent, even though he's supposed to be on his singles, like his singles run, they said, and to never be tag team again. But
yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. Sometimes things change. Sometimes you need your best friend. Later on, you might need your older brother. We'll get to that. But yeah, I thought this was good. Just a good tag team match. Wasn't anything great, but it was good. It was fun. It was the entertainment.
whoa. Wait a minute. Wasn't anything great when he was fun? Oh, the truth comes out. The truth comes out, bros. Look at this. So I was right. Like, not that it was bad per se. Just
I just, I just wanted to.
wow.
Anyway, it was good. It was real good. It was real good. Real good. Now, moving on to an even better match. Even better match. We got a 6-woman tag team match. 6 of the ladies was in this match. We had, and I should have DJ read these names off. I really should, because you know what, DJ, go on Wikipedia. I need you to read these names.
All right. We got Hakuru Shida. We got Riho Abe, like Abe Lincoln. And we got Ryo Miziami. I'm just gonna call her Miz. Because going up against Aja Kong. Must be some relation to Awesome Kong. Yuka Sakazaki and Emi Sakura. They all went head to head. We ain't gonna. I'm gonna give this match back to Casey because I ain't skipped this one. I didn't. I ain't skip ahead to the Cody. See, they had me really focused on the Cody and the Dustin. So what had happened was I pressed the button too quick and it just went right past this one. It skipped right past this one. Like I forgot how Kuru was on the show tonight.
Yeah, and I believe you. I do. I believe that you did not intentionally skip over this
Never would.
6-woman tag team match.
Never,
You
never.
believe that women's wrestling is coming back. And
Back in Page and Apple?
And you would never skip over this one, ever. Not with a legend like Aja Kong. Nah.
No, not with a legend like Aja Kong. Nuh-uh.
She been in the business for like 30 years, and you would never skip over her match ever.
Yep.
So what was your favorite part of this match that you didn't skip over?
It was when that one team, they pinned that other team, they pinned them. They pinned them. they hooked the leg, and they pinned them.
So which one pinned which one?
It was either Sheeta, Hakura, Sheeta, Rojo Abe, or Ryo Mizani. They pinned one of the three Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, or Emi Sakura. They pinned one of them. One of the three pinned the other one of the three.
We're gonna move on because I can't with this man. So we had Cody with Brandy versus that, like, she won't in the match. She just came down with him. She won't in this match. Versus Dustin Rhodes. And since DJ was so excited about this match, I'm gonna give it to
him. Raven trying to come down here and chew up bottles. It's not the time for that. Cody versus Dustin. This was good. I liked it. I liked the personal aspect of it. I like that. I watched the video package beforehand because I didn't really understand this feud coming in because I hadn't really watched whatever you're supposed to watch to keep up with AEW. But I was excited for the match, and I've seen screenshots of all the blood that was trickling down Dustin's head. So I've seen every screenshot ever of that. But this was definitely good. I definitely liked it. Cody, that man, good. That man is good. I didn't realize Dustin was that old until they said it. Like I was like, wait, what? Nah, he a youngin. Nah. But it was good though. I enjoyed it. They say the entrance was directed at Triple H, but then again, there was somebody that said the entrance won't directed at Triple H. So I don't know what the entrance was directed at, to be honest. So yeah. But anyway.
I mean, the chair that he destroyed was Triple H's logo, basically.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, but somebody had wrote something saying, "Oh, that won't what it was about. Like it was about something." I don't know. They be making up stuff, trying to get views stuff. But anyway, the match though, it was brutal, which I liked. Which was weird. He was bleeding so much, I thought it was a death match, and this was like normal. And I was like, where did it even come from? Where did the blood start to trickle? Where did it start to trickle? Okay, that's what I need to know.
There was so much blood. It got on Earl. Like, that's how much blood I got blood on me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if y'all can see that. That's from this match. I don't understand. That one from this match. That was something else. Anyway, was you any other thoughts that you wanted to say before
No,
I?
it was a good match. I enjoyed it. One of the best ones of the night, I'd say. And I like the ending with I need my brother. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, I love this match. I thought obviously great chemistry. They're brothers. They know each other so well. The storytelling was really good, both with the video packages and in the match. You could definitely, if you just jumped into this and didn't really know much, you can follow it. You can understand what they were doing. Uh, the blood though, they was a lot of it. Um, everywhere. Um, like there was. And then the next match, all the blood was off of the canvas. I was like, "How you did that though?" Uh,
They got that good cleaning supply.
I was like, either they changed it or somebody real good at they got that lemon pledge out there. They got the lemon pledge. But really good match. I definitely it was one of those matches you could definitely watch again. Um, which for me isn't necessarily there's a lot of matches I can't watch a second time just because I've seen it once, so like there's no point in me watching it again. But this one is definitely one that I could watch, multiple times and be entertained each time. And then after the match, you know, uh, Cody talks about how for the next show that they have, he put himself into a match, a tag team match against what he says is the greatest tag team in the world right now, the Young
Is
Bucks.
that true?
I don't believe so. But anyway,
I mean, well, who is it?
my boys that I manage, they gonna be the best tag team. Anyway, um, you ain't even met him. You don't know. Shut up. Um, But anyway, he says he doesn't need a partner, he doesn't need a friend, he needs his older brother. And he actually, choked up. You could hear his voice crack. I thought that was one of the most powerful moments that I've personally seen in pro wrestling. I know DJ is making all jokes about it,
Yeah,
but
I didn't get that feeling because I watched it after the fact, which was
it got me
unfortunate.
right in the feels. Got- And then I watched it a second time. Second time, it got me right there. So I don't know what's wrong with him. He just ain't got no heart. No heart in there, cause it got me right here. I get you, Cody. Get you. You need your older brother. I get you, bro. Get you, bro. I need an older brother. I do. Any anyway, so we all need an older brother. Even if we ain't got an older brother, we need an older brother. That's how that works. Whether you got an older brother or not, you need your older brother. That's yeah. Moving on. Two. The AAA Tag Team Championship match, the only championship match on this card, which I thought was cool. Um, a lot of, especially WWE pay per views, are all basically championship match oriented.
I mean,
So,
they ain't got but one title, right?
yeah, but they didn't even defend that one.
I mean, you're right, but still, it's kind of easy to not defend the titles if you ain't really made them yet.
This man, you can't just have fun in wrestling. This man gotta make all of the comments and saying all of this stuff and the comments. Moving on anyway to the actual match, and like that's not you got the Young Bucks, the champions, versus the Lucha Brothers, Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr.
Oh, they added Ray to his name?
Bruh, they take it away and put it back all the time. Like 1 week he's Ray Phoenix, then he's Phoenix, then he's Ray, then he's Fee, then he's Nix, then he's Renix, and then he's Phoenix, and it's weird. I don't understand it. Um, and Pentagon Junior is Pentagon or Penta L Zero or Penta L Zero M or Penta L Zero Miedo or uh Panda Dark or these guys got so many names. Why can't why can't we go back to when wrestlers had one name? Just one.
We,
That was it.
WWE does it all the time, and we complain. So Ali, Neville, Elias.
That's not what I meant.
Oh,
Not it's not at all what I meant. But I can't even I lost my train of thought. Um a good match. I don't think the Young Bucks are the best tag team in the world, personally. That's just a personal thing. People may disagree, and they are what I like to call wrong. Um, I personally think that the best friends are the best tag team in the world because they hug. That's and I will fight somebody on that with hugs. I will hug fight you on the fact that the best friends are the best tag team in the world because they hug. And also, they did an intro for us that we forgot to use, but they made it. They did. They did it. They did it for us. DJ, thoughts on the match?
um, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Um, Another really good match. I felt like another really good match. I love both of these teams. This was one of those kind of emotional roller coaster type matches, where like a lot of the false finishes felt like it could end the match. Um, it was cool that it was for the AAA tag team titles. That was cool. I do think these are two of the best tag teams in the world, probably. Well, I don't know how I feel about the Lucha Brothers yet. I like them, but like I don't know if I like them like them. Like you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? You get what I say when I say the words that I say when I say. I don't know if I like the Lucha Brothers, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I like the Lucha Brothers though. I really do. I don't know. And then they keep adding names to Phoenix's name, and that's probably half the reason I don't know if I like him or not, because I don't know who'll be in it. Is it Ray? Is it Phoenix? Is it Pentagon? Is it Junior? Who is it? Who is it? But it was a good match though. Young Bucks are really good. Lucha Brothers are good as well. Um, I do think these for real though are two of the top teams in the wrestling business of the wrestles. Um, like I said, the false finishes were really good in this match. There were a lot of finishes that were like, whoa, like that could have done it, that could have done it, that could have done it. The double Canadian destroyer was cool. I like that. That was good. The one on the apron and then the one back into the ring, that was good. There I do like that both of these teams have really good tandem offenses, and really unique ways of using each other to kind of manipulate certain moves and make certain moves seem more impactful or uh, aid in certain moves. I like that. So definitely a good match. Um, this was one of the best matches on the card too. I felt like these last three matches were really really good. Good.
Then we had well, before we get to the main event, I guess we should talk about the title reveal. So we had Bret Hart, which I was surprised was there, came out and revealed the title. Um, I don't hate it, but I there's other titles that I like more. It's a nice title. It's big. It's flashy, which you kind of want your title to be. Um, but it kind of reminded me too much of a mix of the what was the title that Lucha Underground had? The big one. I forgot what it was. It reminded me of that.
Every title in every promotion is big, fool.
Like size wise, the size of
The
it.
Lucha Underground Championship, or
No,
the Gift of the Gods
Gift
Championship.
of the Gods. It reminded me a little bit of that mixed with the like IWGP title. It was weird. I don't know. I think it was just the side plates were like weird. I don't know, but I liked it. And then MJF. What's his name again?
Thomas Morgan Freeman.
So basically, Morgan Freeman came out, tried to make it about himself again. Um, Out comes Jungle Boy, who was another guy that I really liked. Not only because he is the son of Luke Perry. I did not know that until I watched the show, which is awesome. But he came out, and who else came out in this one?
Adam Page, Hangman Page.
Eh, there was a third. Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy Havoc came out too. Yeah. So they, basically beat him up, all that stuff, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I thought it was a good reveal, better than the other reveal we had the other week in another promotion. DJ, thoughts on the reveal, the segment, the title, the anything?
Um, yeah, I like this segment. It was good. I like Thomas Joe Freeman coming in, and I like him coming in, being all about himself. I like him a lot. He's pretty cool. Um, Obviously, I love Heyman Page. He's gonna be the first ever. I like the title. I thought I think I kind of like the design of the title. It's simple. It's not like simple like a big old WWE logo and that's the title. Um, but it's simple as far as like a world title. Has like the world title look to it. But obviously it's got the AEW logo on it, which I like. But the AEW logo isn't so big that it just takes away from the rest of the title and the rest of the center plate and whatnot. I actually kind of like it. A lot of people are complaining about it, but people complain about everything. Literally every. I've never in my life seen people complain about literally everything. Um, like, gee. Anyway, but I'm excited. I want to see who's going to be the first, considering the main event, and considering Hangman Page. I think is going to face him to crown the first ever champion. So it'll be interesting to see exactly where that goes and who they give it to. Because
Speaking of the main event, we had uh Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega, Alpha and Omega 2. Um, I'm gonna give DJ this one because you know, this is how we used to do reviews. We used to kind of give each other, we need to bring that back. So, and I kind of want to see DJ's thoughts on this one. I know how we felt about the first one, but I kind of want to see how he feels about this one, their
um,
second encounter.
yeah, I definitely like the entrance that Jericho had with the actually the first entrance I saw, his hair was so curly. I thought it was Kenny Omega trolling.
I did too.
Like I really did. Like I was like, all right, Kenny Omega gonna come out here like Chris Jericho is what's gonna happen. And then he went to the list of Jericho, and then I don't remember the last one he had.
The one with the light up jacket.
Yeah. We went to that one. And I liked it. It was cool to kind of see the progression of Chris Jericho because we always talk about how Chris Jericho comes back, and even Chris Jericho talks about this, how he kind of comes back with some sort of different nuance every time. I'm glad he grew his hair back out because it's been a while since he's had long hair. It's been a pretty long while since he had long hair. Because for the longest time he kept it short. Even in his last couple of times coming back, he kept it pretty, relatively short. So it was cool to kind of take it back to a little bit of a retro feel, but also obviously, we know he's older and we know he's a veteran, so it's pretty cool. I liked it though. It was good. It was definitely a good match. Um, it was a pretty long match, but it was a good match. It was one of those matches where like it was cool because you didn't know who was gonna win. I think too, simply because they both have the potential of being the first champion, but you don't know if Jericho is gonna put over Omega to kind of like make him look really good going into the match against Hangman Page, or is Omega going to put over Jericho, and then you're going to have kind of that veteran, still veteran versus veteran with Hangman Page, but obviously Jericho's been everywhere, so it's a little bit different. And he's been to the highest of heights, I guess, if that's what we call WWE at this point. But definitely, definitely a good match, and I was excited. It was cool to see Ambrose come out and cost
Who?
not Ambrose, John Moxley come out and cost Omega the match, and I think that set up something with him, right? Right.
He didn't cost him the match. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, you're right. He just came out, but I think it did set up. I saw they were gonna have a match, and I think that's why I
Yeah.
thought that he cost him. Anyway, it was cool to see him come out. The pop was really cool. It was almost like it was a surprise to the fans, which was cool. Which is always good if you can find some way to kind of surprise the fans. And also to anyone saying that the face off between Jericho and Ambrose here and the face off between Jericho and Ambrose back when they had their feud in WWE was different. Well, of course it's going to be different because this is the first time coming out in AEW. And secondly, like there was no reason for anybody to be excited about that in WWE because it was already happening. They're like, no one's going to be like excited about that face off. But anyway, once again, people nitpicking for no apparent reason, just to be anal about stuff. But good match nonetheless. I enjoyed it. Yes.
Another thing I need to get off my chest, and Bob Evans actually posted about this the other day from Ring of Honor on Facebook. To all these fans who are talking about, oh, so and so jumped from WWE to AEW, especially when they were talking about how, Moxley jumped from WWE to AEW, or who's going to jump next from WWE to AEW. They're not jumping from WWE to AEW. Uh, Ambrose's contract was up. He is a free agent. He could sign with whoever he wanted. That's not jumping from one company to another. That's letting your contract run out and signing with a new company. It's like your contract running out in the NFL and signing with a different team. You're not jumping to another team. You're signing with another team because your previous contract ran out. It's starting to get annoying when I see these posts on Facebook. Oh, who's gonna jump from WWE to AEW next? Like they're not jumping. They First of all, they can't legally. They cannot. If you've ever seen WWE contracts, you would be in like it would not work. You can't just jump from one company to another. It's no, doesn't work like that. Anyway, I just had to kind of get that out there. But yeah, I thought this was a great match. I still think the first one was a little bit better. I think just because it was one of those things like we never thought we would see. So it was kind of that like, oh my god factor. But this one was really good too. They work really well together. They tell really good stories in the ring. Um, it's definitely it shows that Jericho can still go, which is always a good thing. But Jericho does win, which I was kind of a little bit surprised at. I thought they would have Kenny win, and go up against Hangman Page. But uh, I guess not. So Moxley comes out, the crowd pops. I popped. Everybody popped. If you didn't mark out for this, you're not a wrestling fan. Just period. Because whether you knew it was gonna happen or not, it was still awesome. To see him come into AEW. Um, attacked Kenny. He attacked everybody. He attacked the ref. He attacked Omega. He attacked Jericho, and then Jericho or Omega and Ambrose had a brawl. So that's basically setting up Ambrose versus Omega at a future show, and then obviously we set up Jericho and Hangman Page for the title at the coming show coming up. So right there, built two main event matches coming up. And this whole night they set up different feuds and different storylines, which is a good thing. It wasn't just based around the world title. It wasn't just based around one group of people. Everybody shined. Everybody had kind of was had storylines built, things like that, started things. So that was kind of cool. I'm definitely excited for the next show. I forgot when the next show is, but they do have one coming up in a few months, which is going to be cool. Um, I know they do have, I guess, a deal with TNT for a show. I don't know when that's going to debut or when that starts. Probably won't be for a while, but I'm definitely excited for that to have another alternative to WWE.
It'll be interesting to see what day they put it on.
Yeah, yeah. Do I think that it's going to immediately, like a lot of people are saying, immediately be competition for WWE? No. And let's be completely honest. Nobody is ever going to overthrow WWE. They're too big. They're too powerful. They have too much behind them. It's just not going to happen. Do I think with the right people, the right financial stability, all that somebody could compete with WWE and be in WWE's radar and you know compete with them for ratings one day? Yeah, if you worked it out right, if you don't make all the mistakes, and I'm sorry I have to do this, if you don't make all the mistakes that TNA has made over the years, yes, I think that could happen. And I hope it does. I hope that we get another, kind of like the Monday Night Wars, not necessarily the same thing, but I hope we get a ratings war one day because that will bring back the excitement of wrestling again. It'll make WWE have to think outside the box to keep that rating and to keep fans watching, you know. But any overall thoughts or thoughts on the future or anything with AEW, DJ?
Um, I'm just excited to see where it goes. Kind of like you said, I just want to see where it's gonna go. What's gonna happen with it, how it's gonna work. Um, I just, I don't know. It's one of those things that we don't know what the future holds. So we kind of wonder, what does the future hold? And I think we'll see that in the coming months and hopefully years, I guess. So I'm excited, at least.
All right. So that I guess closes out our review on AEW Double or Nothing. Um, we had discussions coming up. I don't remember what they were because we're terrible at this. We really are. We've been doing this for like 5 years and we suck. Um, yeah. So
24/7 title, I think, was one.
yep, we're gonna talk about the 24/7 title, which I still think is entertaining. A little bit of comedy in there, although it wasn't even WWE's idea; it was USA's idea. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Hopefully soon, sometime this week. But be sure to follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Hit the subscribe button, share the video, give us your thoughts, tweet at us. Message us on the book face. We got the page up there. You can talk to us on there. Uh, you could leave comments here, but like we don't really. Um, DJ checks them all the time. DJ checks our YouTube comments all the time. That's his job. He's the checker of the YouTube comments. So if you comment on any of our videos, DJ's the man that checks them. So we will see you on the flippity dippity.